Hello and namaste. Welcome to this session. We will be modeling a table as promised, and we will just have a demo of that, how to create a table. And for people who have seen the earlier videos, will remember that we are now going to use the two techniques which we have discussed, the loop cuts and the extrude. So this is what the plan is. So let us just get started, because it is a very simple model if you look at it, and we should be able to get it very fast. My suggestion is, watch the video with us, then just pause it, or maybe watch it till the end, and then open Blender and try to do it. Whenever you have a problem, try to go back to video and figure out. If you are stuck somewhere, you can then refer to the video. In addition, if you have a problem with bandwidth, just try to download the slides. It will have all the steps which are covered in the video, and refer to the slides whenever you are creating the table. So I think we should be able to get it very fast. Post your points on about this on discussion forum in case you are stuck at some particular level. What we are going to do today is selecting the base object to start with, where we want to create a table, and we would have some object modification done to this base object in order to come to the final object, which is our table. You know that table has two distinct parts. One is a surface or the top, which is typically a flat surface, and the legs, which are vertical, perpendicular, attached to the top, but they are also slim and trim. So basically they are not as bulky as the top. So we want these two separate parts of the table to be created. However, remember that for the ease of modeling and production, it is advisable not to stitch the parts created separately. So it is not like a Lego piece where you create a top of separate thing and then attach these things. Ideal condition of any 3D modeling is when you have one model cohesive, so that you can easily modify that separately, and the total weight in terms of the data it carries will be reduced drastically if you have a single object rather than having 5 objects. In this case there will be 5 objects, one top and 4 legs. So instead of that, one model which will be having everything within it would be far more better in order to handle it in the future. So don't get bogged down by so much of technical things. Let's just get ahead and see. This is the kind of table we are trying to create. Although it doesn't look very nice table, and lot of people may have a comment on this, but okay, to start with, it is just a table which fulfills the definition, a top and 4 legs. Selecting the base object becomes a crucial step, and it helps in getting to the final object faster. Moment you goof up in the selection of the base object, then the repercussions may happen that you will end up wasting lot of time in coming to the final state. So just be sure you can actually use your sketches and some drawing skills, or just observation of what is the base object hidden in this particular thing, so that you can easily modify and get to the final object faster. There are very broadly categorized things also, like whether it is a circular thing or a squarish thing, or is it a cuboid or it's a sphere. These kind of classifications you can make it very easily, but you should remember that it should match to the original object. Also, in approaching the process of creation, remember what is the most easiest way of doing it. I will take the same example of the table. Table has a top and 4 legs. What option is better for creating a table? Should we start from the legs and go to the top, or should we start from the top and then get legs out of it? I think the answer is very clear. You cannot start with some 4 cubes which will end up to the top and then attach another top to it. It is a very cumbersome process. it is easy to get a top first and then get legs out of it. And why can we do that? It is because we have learnt how to make loop cuts and extrude. So we will just come to that when we just start using Blender now. In Blender we are back to this cube, and luckily this time we want the cube as our starting point, because the tabletop resembles a lot with this cube if we modify it further. Couple of things as a starting option. Number one, whenever we are doing very methodical and precise modeling, switch to orthographic view. That will give you the correctness of the view instead of the distorted view which happens in perspective. So we will just press numpad 5 and we will go to orthographic first of all. Once we are here, we know that our tabletop is a flat thing, it is not very heighted, we need to reduce it. The best angle to see this is the front, therefore let us switch to front view by pressing 1. We have to scale it in Z axis now, so let us press S, Z and reduce it to the level we want to. So I think this is good enough for doing it. Nitin, can you just zoom it a bit probably so that we can see. Okay, so this is the tabletop right now. If I know that this is the tabletop, but the table is too small apparently right now. So let us see how it looks from the top. It is a small table, we need to increase the size so that the 4 legs can be attached to it. But when we are increasing the size, if I do scale, just press S, it will scale in all 3 axes. We do not want it like that. Now suppose I do it like this and see the front view now, it will be in all 3 axes what it has done. It will also increase the height of this. We do not want that. How to ask Blender not to touch the Z axis? Well, the shortcut is already told, it is Shift Z. With that we will lock the Z axis and only do it in X and Y. Remember we are in the top view so that we can see what size of the table we want, so just increase it, and now it is not touching the Z axis and it is only doing the X and Y. I think this much is good enough. Let us check it out and see how the tabletop looks like by just moving the mouse and having a good view of this. We are in the orthographic view, so you can see some clean images because it will just match the grid properly. Now when the top is ready, let us now concentrate on how to create the legs.